Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, my brothers and sisters. This is your brother Chief, Flying Eagle Ra Elohim, aka the Black Identity Slayer. I'm going to be doing a series of videos today, so prepare yourselves. And I'm always asking my people to get out of your emotions, right? When I'm telling you the truth, because I want you to see things for what they are, not what you think they are. All right? Your emotions is not going to change our situation. What's going to change our situation is you seeing things for what they are, acknowledging them. We don't have to accept it, but acknowledge it as it does exist and then step up as a collective and make the change. That's why I'm going hard. You feel me? And I'm trying every way possible. Cartoons, illustrations, bubbles, videos, law, legal, treaties. I mean, from the spiritual perspective, I'm giving it to you from every angle. You dig? And that's why I tell people what I do is different. So let us take a look at this. And I'm going to break this down once again from a whole different perspective. All right? And put it into context. Check it out.
You're blaming the problem in the black community on the white attitudes towards the blacks.
Do you, I assume you're a student at some juncture, have you studied American history?
Slightly.
Have you studied slavery?
Yes.
Do you understand if I were to give you a current example of slavery, what I would do with you is a spaceship lands, someone takes you to a planet where there are nothing but green people. They take you away from your mother, your father, all of these institutions. It took at least 3 years to make a slave a slave. For the next 3 years, green people are going to tell you, you're no good. White is a horrible looking color. Not having zinc bob wire hair is disgusting. Now, let me ask you this. After 400 years of that, what do you think your reaction would be when you saw a white person either in the audience or in a magazine? But still, the microphone isn't on.
What I've got from today's discussion is that you're saying your actions are based upon how we react to you.
No, I am asking you, what would your reaction right now be after having been held in captive 400 years by green people? What would you think of being white now, right now? No, that's he speaks for himself. He would?
I'm
Okay,
still,
fine.
I'm
That's the
still
answer to the
white.
question. That's it.
I'm still white. White is white and black is black.
No, that's not the question, sir. The question is, if you for 400
So a couple of things. In fact, let me just let it finish. Hold on.
years had been on the planet Mars with green people
being told that white was no good.
over and over again.
That's what he doesn't
being
get.
White is no good.
That's what he didn't
If
get.
they had killed you, if you stood up and saying being white is all right, if they killed generations of you for standing up and saying being white is all right, I ask you today, what would you think of being white?
I get his whole point. I get the debate. I get the argument, right? Well, it was an argument, not a debate. So with that being said, I totally, because even the pale Caucasian guy was lost for words when he reversed, that was called reverse psychology, right? Take my place in terms of your people being discriminated against, being taught that they're ugly, whatever the case is. What would they say today? I get that. But what I want you to pay attention to really is the beginning of all of this and part of the enslaved 400 years, making pretty much the assumption, all right, or stating, subliminally that we came from Africa on slave ships. Pay attention. In the very beginning.
You're blaming the problem in the black community on the white attitudes towards the blacks.
Do you, I assume you're a student at some juncture, have you studied American history?
Slightly.
Have you studied slavery?
Yes.
Do you understand if I were to give you a current example of slavery, what I would do with you is a spaceship lands, someone takes you to a planet where there are nothing but green people. They take you away from your mother, your father.
All right, I'm going to stop here. Take you away from your mother and father. Slavery. You see, they give us this in roots, okay? Roots. That's where they planted that seed. And they give it to millions and millions of our people all over the Americas, not just in the United States, because roots was being literally played over and over and over and over again all over the West Indies. Like I tell people, you have to travel to know. So when people in the United States, including different parts of the America, the Caribbeans, the West Indies, etc., they think they're from Africa, It was a seed that was planted. Now, when we go to the movie Roots, you'll realize that the main character, his name was Kunta Kente. What a lot of people don't know, and of course I brought this, I literally spoke about this years ago. So those of you who have actually been following me for a while, you know I've already explained this. But for the new people who just don't seem to get it, maybe they just don't know. So I'm going to break it down again. That movie Roots had no truth to it in terms of we were taken from Africa. It was a subliminal message that was literally telling you on screen that we are going to take an American Indian and we are going to make him African on screen, but make you think we are taking an African and make him a slave in the United States. It was reversed, the same way everything was told in reverse. And here I am again, breaking it down like nobody else is. Pay attention. Kunta is a Choctaw word. Kunta is a Choctaw word. Let me show you. But before I do, let me go to Google real quick and ask, what is the Choctaw word for Kunta? Of course, they told me that there is no word for Kunta in the Choctaw language. Well, let's go. Let's find out. What does the word Kunta means in Choctaw? It says the word Kunta does not appear to be a Choctaw word. Lies, lies, lies. Let me prove it to you now. Let's go to the Choctaw dictionary and go look it up yourself. Pull up the PDF online, the Choctaw PDF. Pull it up. And here we go. What does it say here? Boom. You see, that's how you know all these words. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Okay. Right here. I thought they said there's no word in Choctaw called Kunta. Well, here we go. The Choctaw English Dictionary PDF. Pull it up yourself. What does it mean? Kunta, a noun, a whistler, or whistling. Okay? A whistler or whistling. So therefore, Kunta is a Choctaw word. Let's go to Kinte. All right, Kunta, Kente. Now, it may be spelled with an I or E. It is interchangeable. But let us go to Kinte, because I have a point I'm making here. Okay? I'm making a point. Let us go all the way down, So we know that Kunta means whistling. Whistling. Let's go to Kinte. Let it populate. Hold on for a second. That's how I got to do it. I was trying to see if I could do it another way, but just bear with me here for a second. And the reason why I'm showing all of this is because, you know, those of us who know, I'm telling y'all, man, we need to take this to a whole different level. And when I say take it to a different level, we got to come together. We got to unite. And I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do a series of videos today. All right, here we go. Kunta Kente, right? What does it say here for Kente? It means beaver. Kinta, Kinta, Kinta. So Kunta, Kinta, Kinte. The E, the A, and the I is interchangeable. What does it say here? A beaver. So Kunta Kente is a whistling beaver. 2 Choctaw words. So in the movie Roots, all right, they took an American Indian and they beat the Indian out of him and called him Toby. In other words, made him Africa on screen. That's why I tell our people, you are only Africans in your mind. In your mind and on paper, they made us Africans. They pounded into our minds. You feel me? That's what it means. Kunta Kente, an American Indian. We are going to uproot you from your land. We're going to put you in Africa in your mind. We're going to show you a movie where we're going to beat you to make you think that we took you from Africa to make you a slave in the United States, to make you African American. When the truth of the matter is, you was already American Kunta Kente, Choctaw, okay, a whistling beaver, and we're going to beat that out of you. And we're going to make sure we make you Toby, African. And that's what you're going to claim for the rest of your life until people such as the chief step up and show y'all the game and the trick that was being played. Okay? Boom. Now we got that. Let us go to hold on. I'm gonna give it to you right now. Kill the Indian, save the man. Henry Pratt. All right? Henry Pratt said that in the 1800s. Let me pull it up for y'all real quick. Okay? Henry Pratt said that in the 1800s. Go look it up yourself. Don't believe anything that I say because I don't do belief systems. All right? I don't do belief systems. If I don't know, I'm going to shut the hell up because I'm not going to give you opinions and tell you it's facts. If it's an opinion, I'll let you know it's an opinion. But let us go to this. All right? Kill the Indian, save the man. That's how you do that. With movie like Roots, paper genocide, calling the censuses, okay? Calling all people black, African American, Negro, colored, all these different terms. That's how you unalive the Indian, okay? But you save the man. And TikTok, this is only for educational purposes. Okay? You see that? Unalive the Indian, save the man. Remembering the stories of Indian boarding schools. Indian boarding schools. So they had natives in schools teaching them they were Indians, and they had the Indians in schools teaching them they were Africans. My people, man. I keep telling y'all this is not a game. So going back to what the brother was talking about in his argument with the pale skinned Caucasian guy talking about white is white and black is black, he's absolutely correct. The white status is the white status and the black status is the black status. You did. But when the brother said, you know, when they took you from your mother and took you from your father, no, that was not about slave ships from Africa. Pay attention to what I'm saying. It wasn't about slave ships from Africa. You feel me? It was about citizenship into the United States. So they took you from your mother and father. All right? It's called paper piracy. Oh, I just made that up. Thank you to my ancestors, right? Paper piracy took you from your mother and father and made you a citizen of the United States Corporation. That is where the ship comes in. Not the slave ship from Africa, but being the slave, okay, being taken from your mother, made you a slave on paper and made you a citizen of the corporation. Yes, that is the slave ship because you came through your mother's portals, the waters of your mother's canal. And when you arrived, you had to see a doc, as in a doctor, okay? And then the manifest was created, the birth certificate. All right, people, wake up. Wake up. This is your brother Chief Flying Eagle, aka the Black Identity Slayer. My people, stop identifying yourself as black. Give it up. I'm done. This is the first one. Let's go.